In the dark corners of ancient Egypt, monsters waited in silence. But they weren't just legends, they were warnings. Today, we uncover the terrifying truth behind Egypt's most feared mythical creatures, the wild baboon that ate human flesh. In the afterlife, one terrifying figure stood out. Babi, the god of aggression, often depicted as a giant, blood-soaked baboon with glowing eyes and razor-sharp teeth. Unlike the wise baboons associated with Thoth, Babi was primal and ferocious. He guarded the gates of the underworld and was known to feed on the entrails of the guilty. Some myths claim he drank blood instead of water, and that his erect tail served as a bridge over the fiery lake of punishment. Babi was the embodiment of unrestrained rage. Egyptians prayed to never encounter him, hoping that their souls would pass peacefully through the underworld without crossing his path. Yet in some temples, he was also respected, proof that even monsters had a purpose in the divine balance, spirits that refused to sleep. The Egyptians believed in life after death, but not all souls found peace. Some remained in the world of the living, restless, angry, or forgotten. These were the Ak, spirits that returned for unfinished business. A ghost might return to haunt the living if their burial rites were not completed properly, their tomb was disturbed or robbed, they had been wronged in life and sought revenge. These spirits could cause illness, madness, or misfortune. In some cases, a ghost would speak through a priest or appear in dreams, demanding offerings, justice, or even blood. To protect themselves, Egyptians wrote letters to the dead, asking them to stay away. Priests also performed rituals to seal tombs with protective spells, and amulets were buried with the dead to calm their spirits. Not all ghosts were dangerous. Some were messengers from the afterlife. But one thing was clear. In Egypt, the dead could walk, and they were not always friendly. The chaos serpent that lived in darkness. Every night, as Ra sailed through the underworld, he faced a monstrous enemy, Apep, the serpent of chaos. Unlike other gods or beasts, Apep did not seek power or worship. He existed only to destroy. Apep was described as a serpent, so vast he could coil around the world. His body was made of pure darkness, and his hiss could stop a god's heart. During Ra's nightly journey, Apep would rise from the black waters of Nun, attacking the sunboat in an attempt to swallow the light. Sometimes his roars caused earthquakes, and when he nearly succeeded in devouring the sun, humans saw it as a solar eclipse. The gods aboard Ra's boat, Seth, Bastet, and Mehen, would battle the beast each night, stabbing it with spears and spells. But Apep could never die. Even when he was defeated, he would return the next night. His very existence was a reminder that chaos was eternal and could only be kept at bay, never fully destroyed. The coil that protected the light. While Apep was the serpent of chaos, there was another snake, Mehen, who served the forces of order. Unlike Apep, Mehen was coiled around Ra's solar bark, shielding the sun god from harm during his dangerous journey through the underworld. Mehen's body formed an unbreakable circle, his coils warding off attacks from dark spirits and monstrous beings that lurked in the Duat. He never slept, never blinked. In some versions of the myth, Mehen could strike with lightning speed, his venom deadly even to spirits. Strangely, Mehen was later erased from many records. Some scholars believe his power became too mysterious, too close to Apep's, and that the priests of Ra wanted only one serpent in their stories. But others think Mehen was a forgotten guardian, still protecting the sun in silence. The monster that ate your soul, Ammut, was not a god, nor a demon. She was a terrifying creature created by the gods to serve justice. With the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, Ammut was made from the most feared animals in Egypt. She did not roam the earth or attack mortals. Instead, she waited patiently in the hall of judgment, beside the scales of Maat. When a soul's heart was weighed, Ammut would only act if that heart was heavy with sin. If the heart failed the test, it was thrown to Ammut, who devoured it in a single bite. The soul was then erased. No afterlife, no rebirth, no memory. Egyptians feared this more than death. It was complete annihilation, the worst fate imaginable. To avoid her jaws, the living worked hard to live by Manat's laws, ensuring their hearts stayed light with truth. Ammut was feared, but also respected. She was the final line between order and oblivion. The firebird that rose from ashes. Not all supernatural beings were terrifying. Some, like the Bennu bird, were symbols of hope and rebirth. The Bennu resembled a heron with glowing feathers and a cry that echoed like a temple bell. It was said to perch on the sacred Benben stone at Heliopolis, the place where creation began. Every 500 years, it would build a nest of cinnamon and myrrh, set it aflame, and be consumed by the fire, only to rise again from the ashes. The Bennu bird was closely linked to Ra and Osiris, and its cycle of death and rebirth became a powerful symbol for resurrection. Some believe it was the inspiration for the Greek phoenix. Even today, the Bennu remains a quiet reminder in Egyptian myth. From destruction comes new life. Thanks for diving into the shadows with us. If you enjoyed this journey through ancient myths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Who knows what other secrets are waiting to be unearthed?